Hello, I'm Mike with Ferris IS Specialties. Today we're going to install a lawn striper kit on this 2017 Ferris IS 700Z. Now here's our kit laid out. We've got some tools that we're going to need. The roller, the hardware, brackets, bearings, everything comes in the kit. The tools that you're going to need, something to take off the wheels, makes it a lot easier. Some Loctite 242 glue, wrenches, and then you'll need a 3/8 drill, and then you'll need another drill a couple sizes up from the 3/8 drill, and a drill and a square. Now I've already installed the bearings on the brackets here. The brackets are the same, but when we install the bearing, we create a left and right. So with this bearing, we want the zerk to be this way towards the holes, and with the other one, you can see we have a mirror. The other side, the bearing zerk, the grease zerk will point straight up. These mount in there like this, so this is up, this side here is up. So first thing to do, mount your bearings to the brackets like this. Bolt heads on the back side, lock nuts on the bearing side. Let's get started. Okay, so now we're going to drill some holes in the deck. We have to enlarge a couple holes and drill a couple new holes to get the brackets to mount. Here's the brackets we're going to use. This kit has already been installed in this mower, and we took it back off, so I've already actually drilled the holes. You can see one side of the bracket, the hole spacing is farther away than the other. So we're going to use the close together hole spacing, and we're going to use this bottom hole that is existing. Now their striping kit, the mud flap, installs in either of these. We're going to use the lower set of holes. There is 6 pairs of holes for 12 holes already in the deck, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 across. There's 6 pairs. Now this is the hole that we're going to drill. So the way we're going to do this is we're first going to take our, this is a 403 drill, and we're going to enlarge this hole up to 403 for our 3/8 bolts to fit in. Then this bracket on this side of the mower is going to go inboard. So what we'll do is we'll take and mount this like this, and the baffling is real close back there. All right, we've enlarged this hole. In this instance, we haven't drilled this hole yet, so I'm going to show you how to set up to drill this hole. So we'll take on the left side of the mower here, we'll take and mount the bracket like this. We're going to use the bottom existing hole like this. We'll bolt it in tight with a nut on the back side. Then we'll take, and the reason why you want a 3/8 drill is we'll take and square this up, make sure it's nice and square. You'll take and drill it out in 3/8. Then you'll take this back off, take your larger drill a couple sizes up from 3/8 and drill it out to a size a little bit larger than 3/8. We use a 3/86 drill here. So you're going to be close to about 0.4 inches, 400, maybe a little less. It depends really on how close your spacing is. Once we've got our holes, we'll take and apply some Loctite on the bolts, and there is a baffle. We'll put the bolt in here like this, ready to go in the top hole. Now there's a baffle right inside here. It makes it real hard to get at the back side of this. So what I do, there's lots of different ways to take a magnet and hold this and whatnot. Here's a simple way with just a regular wrench. Just take and hold it in the wrench like that. You can see you just line it up. Then we'll just take and install this. Okay, before we tighten that down, we'll take the next one. Now these are the 3/8 by 3/4. You get lots of Loctite on there. We'll install it. Goes in our hole. This one, if your fingers are small enough, you might be able to reach in there. Mine kind of are, but we'll do the nut in the wrench again here. Okay, now we've got them both started. They're loose. The bracket can move around a little bit, especially because these bottom holes are slotted. And even though it's not large enough, it still will allow it. So we'll line it up so it's square again, and then we'll take and slide our wrench in onto the nut. All right, now we're gonna take and we'll drill out this bottom hole all the way outboard with our bigger drill bit. Then we'll bolt this in. Oh, let's do this the right way. Bracket mounts with the L outboard on this side. So we'll bolt that in nice and tight and nice and straight, like that. We'll use our 3/8 drill bit, which will fit through this hole to drill the hole inside. Then we'll take this back off, unbolt it, enlarge our hole, boom. And then we're going to take thread locker, and we'll do the same trick. All right, now we'll install the roller onto the mower deck itself. Bracket that we installed previous is there. I've set the roller here on the ground. Now I'm going to set this up to mow at about 3.5 inches, 3 1/4, somewhere in that range. So what I've done is I have positioned the deck here at 3 inches, and then that will make it so that roller, if I install the roller on the ground with the deck at 3 inches, when I mow at 3.5 inches, the roller will be a 1/2 inch off the ground. It'll be up like this, and that's where you want it. You want the roller to be a 1/2 inch above the ground when you're mowing. So 3 inches is where the deck is at now, so that I can set up to mow at 3.5 inches. I've got these 3/8 by 1 1/4 bolts. We're gonna slide those in, and we're gonna take our previously assembled brackets, install them on the roller here. And now, because this machine is up in the air, I'm gonna put a little space there, because I know it's about that much higher, because I've got this jacked up and the wheels off. So it's a little bit higher than where it's gonna actually sit with the wheels on. Now this top bolt is the one that gets the washer, because that's the part that's in the slot. You can see here that there is a slot there, and just a solid hole here. Second hole down, they're up, I guess, from the bottom is where I've got that one. And then I've got the bolt with the washer. All right, now we're over on the left side of the mower. The bracket, remember, is the opposite way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this over the bearing over the shaft of the roller. We're gonna come in, and with this guy, the bolts go on the inside, out, like this. And then on this one, you're gonna wanna put the washer on the bolt head, because that's what's in the slot. on the top. We'll put the nuts on. All right, that's in. So now we're gonna set the roller here back side to side. Looks like we got her pretty good. My finger fits right in there. I'll check the other side and I'll be right back. Now we'll install the locking collar. Now you can see this collar has a set screw and then this hole in it like that. And then one side has a cavity that goes on the bearing. The other side is flat. So this goes on here. And what we're gonna do is we're going to put it on here and we're going to twist it in the rotation that the roller is going to spin when it's mowing. So see, it's going to turn that way. Then once we get it, you can see it starts to bite where it actually turns the roller, and we'll take and we'll give it a tap in the direction it's going to spin again. Couple taps. Then we'll take and tighten this set screw down. And that's what actually locks the shaft of the roller to the bearing itself. We'll do the same thing on the other side, but we'll be setting it again in the direction that the roller spins while you're mowing. So it'll be that way. So we'll put this on the other side, on the other bearing, set it, tighten the set screw, and we'll be done. Now we'll put the locking collar on this side. So we've got it that way. We're going to set it the direction that the roller is going to spin. We'll just go until it gets tight. So I'm turning the locking collar this way, because that's which way it's going to spin. We'll set it up here so that I can tap it. And then we'll tighten down the set screw. That's all. Alright, get the wheels on and back down on the ground. So thanks for buying our kit. We hope you love it as much as we love it. Little note on the greasing, the bearings do come pre-greased, so you can mow 5-10 hours. And it's a good idea to mow for 5 or 10 hours and then stop and make sure that all the bolts are staying tight and secure. And that's a good time to throw a little grease in there. You only want to grease until you first start to see grease coming over there. So thanks again for buying our kit.